Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, my name is Tanya. You also know me as the Hot Mess Mom. I'm a little bit of a hot mess. If you haven't been here before, you will see quickly. If you have been here before, you already know. I wanted to hop on here really quick, record this for you. I know I've said I'm gonna get to your questions for a few weeks now. Wrote everything down just so I don't miss anything. I am in my bathrobe nice and cozy. I've got to finish organizing the kids' stuff. You'll see all that here on another vlog. But let's go ahead and answer some of the many questions. Every time I get a new question, I've been writing it down on a Post-it note. So yeah, let's go ahead and answer them for you. The first question, let's see. Oh, this is actually asked probably more often than most of the other questions. Watching your videos, we've seen that a lot of repairs need to be made around your apartment. Why don't you ask your landlord to fix them or fix them yourself? Well, anybody who rents knows it's not always that easy. This is my third landlord in 3 years living here. The house just keeps selling. Basically, it's a money pit. The current landlord, she has been fantastic so far. Her and her, I believe it's her fiance, have been getting some things done around here. So things are slowly coming along. I am going to be reaching out to them regarding some things that need to be fixed basically immediately that haven't been fixed yet. So maybe you'll see some changes here soon. I really can't speak on that much other than that. I know that question keeps coming in here, but I don't own the place, so there's only so much that I can do. I'm just kind of stuck between a brick and a hard place, right? So let's see, the next question. I noticed that you're never drinking coffee. You always do your morning stuff, but I don't see coffee. How do you survive? I have had one coffee since, what was the date? August 16th, 2017. I like the flavor of coffee, but my stomach can't handle the oils of it. It makes me sick and it affects my hormones, the caffeine in it. A lot of coffees have artificial caffeine in them, not just natural caffeine. I can do caffeine from like teas and things like that, but I can't do coffee. I just can't. And I don't need it anymore. The reason why I know the date that I had that end of coffee life was because that was when I had started doing my Thrive, which is my 3 steps every morning. It gives me energy from B vitamins rather than caffeine fueled energy. So it's longer lasting, it's cleaner energy, and there's not a crash, which is fantastic. Let's see. This one actually applies to what's going on right now. Why are you always moving around your living room and rearranging your house? All right. I guess this one is, I guess this question's a little bit more difficult and a little bit more complicated than you might think. I have really bad anxiety. I suffer from PTSD, and being in control of my environment is one of the things that helps me deal with that, helps me handle that. I don't drink. I don't do any of that stuff. I live basically a sober life. So I like to do something that's constructive. I don't like to exercise a ton. I mean, I went to school to be a personal trainer, so it's kind of funny saying that I really don't like to exercise, but I don't want to be an exercise addict. I have a very addictive personality, so I don't want to overdo it, if that makes sense. So I kind of overdo it here at home. We haven't really found a way that we're happy with the house. It doesn't function as smoothly as I would like. So that's another aspect of it. But I have a very nomadic personality. I would love to just get an RV and just travel and not settle in a place longer than I need to. So when I start getting that itch to go, I change up my environment. So those are kind of the all-in-one reasons why everything's constantly changing. Primarily anxiety, Secondly, just to try to make it more functional for us, especially as we're upgrading stuff. I upgraded my desk, so other desk items had to move out of this space so I could use my desk. My bed's constantly moving around because it's big. There's one bedroom, which is Eliana's, and me and Cameron are sharing what's technically the living room of the apartment because that's just what it is. There is talks. The landlord's fiance did ask if I would be interested in turning the front room or new entry into a bedroom. Absolutely, I would love to, but until that happens, this is just kind of how it is. If you could follow your dreams, what would they be? And do you have a time frame? Well, like I mentioned, RV life or van life or nomadic life is something I've always dreamed of. I ultimately, not even like that, beyond that, my ultimate life dream is to have like 100 acres somewhere. And in that acreage, I would love to establish a community of like-minded individuals who want to be self-sufficient, live off the land, and thrive there. I would love to have a community with some cottages, you know, tiny home style stuff, have like garden spaces that the community does together. I would love to have a big kitchen, outdoor kitchen, whatever space, a huge long table with benches that the whole community can come together and eat together. A pocket neighborhood or a pocket community, I believe is you know, a term for them. That would be my ultimate goal. I would love to either have, you know, a little cottage or a yurt on the land. Hopefully I'll be able to do that before my children grow up and move on, because I would love to share that experience with them and give them the opportunity to choose how they live their life. If they want to live that way, awesome. But if they don't, awesome too. And that's something I'm instilling in my children is go ahead and try an experience, try something, even with foods. Take a bite. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat anymore. But if you do like it, awesome. You wouldn't know unless you try it. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some of the moving around a little bit, finding a place to call home, and then settling down, having a group of people join me with this experience and just live life to its fullest. That would be truly amazing. And of course, I would take you guys along with me. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Would you still be vlogging? So in 10 years, ideally, is when I would like to be able to have that whole dream come true. And yes, I would absolutely continue vlogging. I plan on just vlogging until I can't vlog anymore, or until things change where vlogging isn't a thing, but I don't really see it going that way. I think online is the future. So I feel like vlogging is going to be something that I'm going to be doing up until I can't hold a camera anymore. Then I'll just hire somebody to do it, right? Let's see. What is the scar on your neck? I have a scar right from here to here. What is it from? Okay, well, I was going to say earlier this year, but beginning of 2021, I actually had the right side of my thyroid removed. In 2020, I had thought I was premenopausal. I was having up to 20 hot flashes a day. And keep in mind, most of this still hasn't stopped. It's still happening. So I went to my OB. She was, feeling my neck after doing all the different blood tests and stuff. So she was checking my neck, and you can see this side is still very swollen. My neck, and she was like, I feel some lumps in there. Let's go ahead and refer you to an ENT, an ear, nose, and throat, endocrinologist, whatever you want to call it, and get it checked out. So she referred me. I got ultrasounds done. They found 13 nodules. Nodules are like baby tumors. They found 13 of them. One was in my isthmus, 5 on this side, 6 on this side. They ended up removing 7 of them. So they removed from here and in here, hoping that would help things. I'm thankful that they are non-cancerous. Or at least what they did biopsies on weren't. that's just kind of where it is from there. I'm in the healing process. I have to go back to my ENT the end of the month. I was supposed to be doing vocal therapy. I haven't gotten that referral yet. So I'm assuming just because of the holidays and all of that kind of stuff is why it's taken so long. So I'm going to have to push back my ENT appointment because I need to get through that before I go back and see him. But yeah, that's really all I know. I'm still having a lot of hormonal issues. I'm sorry if this is a little TMI, but on my channel, I'm very open about my health struggles. My cycles are insane. They had put me on birth control to try to regulate my cycles, which made my hot flashes and all of that even worse. So I have been off birth control, hormonal birth control now for a little while. I'm not in a relationship with anybody. I'm not preventing any kind of pregnancies or anything. So I wasn't doing it for that purpose, nor am I looking to establish myself on any kind of birth control to, prevent a child. But yeah, like my last cycle, there was 44 days between. The average is 28 to 35. And the one before that was 37. So my lengths between cycles are getting longer and longer, which does give me a bit of anxiety because I would one day like to have more children. However, I also remember when I was younger saying, why bring more children into this world when there's other children out there needing homes, needing love, and needing adopted? So I'm open to all options, and I don't know, maybe IVF if it's an issue. Who knows? We'll see. I am not talking to anybody in any kind of serious aspect, so I don't foresee any babies in any near future. So whatever happens, happens. I am trying not to stress and have too much anxiety about things that I cannot control. However, being a 35-year-old woman who had dreams growing up of having a huge family, 6 children. Why are you vegan, soy, gluten, and iodine free? This is a recent question as well. Before, people used to ask me, why are you vegetarian? But I, since this whole stuff with my thyroid, have discovered that I can't do soy, gluten, and iodine affects the thyroid. I was hyperactive for the longest time. I've got to get my numbers rechecked. That is something that I need to do. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on regarding all of this and hyper, all of that. However, it is believed that the nodules in my thyroid are toxic and they are overproducing thyroid hormone. So in reality, I could be hypo, so underactive, but my numbers have been appearing normal because my nodules are overproducing thyroid hormone, which is throwing everything off. It's very difficult getting answers, and it's something that takes many years quite often to understand this process. I have been seeking medical answers, oh goodness, like half my life now. Like I said, I'm 35. I've been having health issues. I have always had, I forgot the name of it, excessive sweating, I forgot the word. Anyways, I have always been excessively sweating. I remember when I was younger talking to doctors with my mom, and they're like, well, we could cut her sweat glands in her armpits, but she's just going to sweat excessively in other places. So I never did anything. I didn't get Botox injections in my armpits. I didn't do any of that kind of stuff. I just kind of dealt with it. I've done the shirts with the built-in underarm pads. I've done every deodorant imaginable. Nothing helps. I don't excessively smell when I sweat, thankfully. It's just a lot of wet. And I sweat everywhere, especially during my cycles. I have night sweats each night, so I have to change my sheets every morning. During my cycle, like right now I'm on my cycle, I have extreme hot flashes. I will soak through my clothes in minutes, enough where I can wring them out. And it's stressful. It's depressing. It makes me not want to go out and be seen in public. However, this year, my goal is to be vulnerable and transparent. If you follow me on Facebook, then you probably saw my live this morning. It is Sunday, January 2nd. And if you haven't caught that, feel free to go back and take a look. I have no shame in my game. I actually had not a nervous breakdown, but I was crying for about an hour, afraid to go grocery shopping, and the stress was triggering even more sweating, and I had to change like 5 times today. Yeah. That leads me into, why are you so emotional all the time? I have one word to answer for that. Hormones. And it's not just the typical like hormonal fluctuations. My hormones fluctuate from like hour to hour. Like there's no sense that can be made of this. Doctors have no idea. Like I said, I've been seeking answers to my health issues, oh goodness, for like 12, 13 plus years. Maybe, no, probably closer to 17 years. Basically, as soon as I left home when I was younger, I left home basically as soon as I could. I was like, I'm out of here, see ya. And as soon as I did that, I was like, okay. And I was moving all over the country, so I've seen doctors all over the country. I lived in Idaho, Montana, Nevada, short stint in California. Did I say Arizona? I saw doctors in Utah, and then of course, here in Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. I've gone to New York, and nobody can put their finger on exactly what's going on because none of the test results make sense. So there's something going on in my body that they haven't picked up on yet. So we don't know. It's just hormones. That's all it comes down to. And I'm trying to do a lot of food elimination, a lot of catering to finding out what triggers these things and avoiding that. Unfortunately, sometimes the body just does what it does and there is no avoiding it. So quite often I am very over emotional and I just don't care anymore. I've taught my kids it's okay to cry. I am also an empath. So I put myself in people's shoes and I feel their energies, and like I can watch like the stupidest thing on TV or a commercial that's not even sad, and I'll start crying because I feel what they're feeling or what they're going through, and it's overwhelming and it's difficult. Second to last question. How many jobs do you have? What are they? And do you plan on giving any of them up to focus on one or whatnot? I just put whatnot because people are like 1, 2, or are you just going to come all up? Are you changing? Like the question varies from person to person asking. I have a number of jobs. I am a makeup artist. I sell a specific brand of beauty products in the studio. So like nails, lashes, makeup, it's all under this umbrella brand. And umbrella is not the name of the brand, but it's this company that offers all of these products. I offer those to my clients. So that's kind of like a 2-in-1 job. Obviously I'm a full-time single mom, so that's like a job in itself. But in addition to that, I also, although I've given it up a bit over the last few years, not just for, COVID reasons, but I've been focused more on my family and all of that. But I was modeling for quite a long time. I actually started modeling when I was in high school. I would travel. My mom would travel with me. I would take part in competitions. What was the one that I went to? Fashion Rock with Wilhelmina Ford and a few others. Oh goodness, I was like 13, so it was a long time ago. I don't know if anybody remembers like that or if anybody went, but if you did, let me know. Like that would be so awesome to find people who had been as well. I also sell nutritional products. Those are those 3 steps I do every morning, my Thrive. Because when I started that, I was miserable, I was tired, and then I started the products. And it's just a nutritional system. It's a vitamin system that is split up into 3 different steps so that way it works more efficiently. Like certain vitamins you have to take together for maximum absorption. Some block absorption of others, so you should take them separately. Not everybody knows that. I went to school. I guess this is a little side thing, but it's applicable. I went to college for a multitude of things, one of which was sports therapy and nutrition. So it's under the exercise science umbrella, and I guess umbrella is my word for today. And I remember learning all of this information, but I never applied it to my life. I wasn't eating properly. If I was taking a vitamin, it was just one of those, like, you take one pill a day and you call it a day, but it really wasn't doing anything for me. And when I started with this 3-step system, I felt a difference almost immediately. And I was very unhealthy. I was very overweight. I had just had my second child the month and a half before. I had gained over 75 pounds with each pregnancy, which is not healthy for me. Some people can stand to gain a little bit extra weight, but they say on average, a woman should gain about 30 to 40 pounds in a pregnancy to be able to lose it and not risk health issues and stuff like that. Of course, I am not a doctor. I am not saying that each and every person this applies to. However, that's just kind of like a general average. Of course, talk to your doctor about what's best for you and your body. However, I had gained a lot of pounds. I was well over healthy. I was definitely into the obese category. I saw 200 pounds come and go. I saw 230 pounds come and go, and I wasn't happy with myself. I was absolutely miserable, just physically, mentally, just all of it. And by giving myself the proper nutrition and not craving all of the other stuff that I was eating because my body needed nutrition, so I was just feeding it whatever it could, and then my body is like, oh my goodness, you're not giving me what I need. Feed me more because I need what I need. And we don't listen to our bodies as often as we should. It's just what it is. It's human nature. We like to go out and eat fast food and eat all these things. And I really wasn't a huge fast food eater, but I wasn't eating for my body and what I needed. So I did drop over 100 pounds, and I love it. I feel amazing. I feel great. I continue taking these vitamins because I know my body is getting what it needs, and I'm not trying to find the nutrition somewhere else and giving it all this stuff, which is toxic for my body. Again, I'm speaking for me. I'm not making any kind of medical or health or whatever claims. I'm just speaking for my body, what it needs. And I wasn't getting it until I found something that worked for me. Find what works for you. I'm not here to say, hey, you've got to thrive with me. If you want to, cool. I will gladly share the information with you. I know I put the link in the description, so that way if people have questions, but they are afraid to reach out, because I know a lot of times it's just like, all right, I don't want to message her or comment saying I want to know more information, because she's going to be like, oh my gosh, pounce on, like every sales car person kind of thing. That's not how I roll. But if you have questions, I will answer them for you. Other than that, I also have so much experience in retail management, and not just like regular store manager management. There has been a number of businesses, I'm not going to name any, but there's a number of businesses that I was employed by that stores were doing really badly. Like, it was costing them money to be in that location. And I am really good at helping businesses recover and become very profitable. And I have like a no nonsense attitude. My entire, like, everything every day for me, and it's very hard for me to separate this from other aspects of my life. I have had people in my life who are like, do you think of anything other than business? I mean, I do, but I have a friend who her pet store is closing. So I was like, all right, let me come in there. Let me help with like visual. Let me help with everything to get your store closed down. And then I have a friend who's going to be opening a store. So, we're in the process of helping with that. I've had, like I said, I've had businesses where they're like, we have problem employees. We can't fire them because you have to have like the same write-up 3 times in a row to get fired, and they just keep messing up in like all different areas. So I went in there, I got new people in, we figured out a way to make the store profitable, keep employees that are actually doing what they need to do, and working with employees who may have been struggling. And rather than necessarily letting them go, some people do get let go, but rather than letting them go, give them the opportunity to grow with the store. And then the last question that I get asked all the time and have for the last few months are, what are your plans for 2022? We're 2 days into the new year, so I guess I might as well share some of my goals with you. First of all, I want to get a new car. You guys know I've been struggling with my car. I struggle with the thought of getting rid of a paid in full car to have a car payment or anything like that. And during the pandemic, I lost 95% of my income. I wasn't doing beauty appointments because we were shut down. I wasn't helping retail stores because they were closed down. I was doing my nutritional stuff, but not as many people were spending money because they didn't have as much money. I mean, granted, my business has been amazing. I am not complaining. I've been able to make upgrades in my home. I've been able to do all sorts of things. So financially, I'm okay. But I did lose all of the other streams of income. So I was depending on the sales of beauty products, nutritional stuff, like all of these to get by. So right now I'm rebuilding my savings account, and that's why it's important to have a savings account, because you never know what could happen. And that's something to fall back on. Yes, I still had money coming in, but it wasn't like it was. So I had to adapt like everybody else. I had to cut down on some of my spending. In addition to rebuilding my savings, I want to get my new car, like I mentioned. I need to decide on what I want to do as far as housing. Do I want to stay here and keep renting? My rent was increased with this new landlord, quite a bit actually. So staying here at the price that I'm paying is no longer saving me money over moving somewhere that's closer to everything. I am about half-hour drive away from the studio that I do my beauty services at. I want to find something that's, further south, so I'm closer to everything that's about in the same price range. Do I want to wait on a piece of property that I know is going to be going up for sale and helping to restore the family property? Because at one point in time, the property had been in the family, and that's always been something that's on my dream board, which is right up there, restoring the family property. I want to do that, or if I just want to find a home somewhere else to buy, or it's a decision that I still need to decide on. I still need to make that decision. I am spending this year focusing on what makes me and my kids happy. That's something that comes before all else. As long as we are set here, we're not struggling, this home is safe, my car is kind of running at peak performance. I do need to go ahead and add more oil, transmission fluid, coolant, because those are things that are not doing too well in my car. And then I need to make repairs, which is going to be a couple $1,000s. And it's hard for me to make the decision to invest so much money into a vehicle that if I were to sell it, I wouldn't be able to get anywhere near that much money back. So it's difficult. I want to start putting myself out there more regarding dating. I know I was like, hey, the dating chronicles with the hot mess mom and like all these things. And it kind of fell flat just because my anxiety, my self-limiting beliefs, my time hasn't really afforded me to date. I've been stood up a few times, which is discouraging. Let's see, my spring merch launch. So I don't know where I put it. I actually have like a whole thing of plans for spring products. My fall drop didn't go as planned just because I had sold out of so many of the items before I could even get them on my website. If you haven't visited my website, it's thehotmessmom.com. 2 T's and hot. So just like the name of this channel here, just go to that. It's also in my description down below if you just want to click the link and make it easy for yourself. I do have a merch store on there. I am actually almost completely sold out of in-stock merch. I was going to do a video to show you all of the merch that I have in stock and show you what it looks like instead of just like the picture that I took all of my pictures, by the way, I took the clock down and there's a nail in the brick wall and I just hung everything up there and took pictures. So if you're wondering where all that came from, ta-da! It's my Venmo art. So like the Hot Mess merch is something that I want to expand on in this coming year. I want to expand on my brand and have everything else just be like the icing on the cake. The Hot Mess Mom focus is my main focus. And then my nutritional business and my beauty stuff are along for the ride, for a lack of better wording. I absolutely love what I do. I love helping empower women and just anybody who wears makeup, not just women, but help everybody who needs beauty services. Just the other day, I was doing bridal makeup and the woman was so happy, and I did makeup on her daughter, and I just booked another wedding this morning. And I actually have to send some stuff out for a few other weddings that I've had inquiries about. So that is very busy. I enjoy doing it. I love what I do, but that's not going to be my main focus. I don't plan on ever stopping my Thrive Nutrition. So that's something that you will always hear me talking about. You see me being like, got my cafe today. Like, I love it. I can't help but shout from the rooftops about that. So that's something I'll be continuing as well. My daughter would love to get into some child modeling. She is such a self-proclaimed diva. She's got the attitude for it. And I hate to say an attitude for modeling, but anybody who's ever been in that industry knows there is an attitude. And I don't mean like attitude. I mean, there is an attitude you put on. Like, if you ever look at a runway model and you watch them walk, there is this attitude that they have. They're just like, like, but not like that. You know what I mean? So she's kind of got that. And I would love to be able to let her experience that, decide if that's something that she wants to do, and having experience in that industry, I can help her with that. So that's kind of like another thing that you might start seeing a little bit more of in the coming years. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to take that on, but that's something that I wanted to share with you guys because that's something that's going to be happening and I'm going to be sharing with you. You're going to be seeing behind the scenes of some things. You'll be seeing me put together her portfolio, and you'll be laughing along with me when she's like, I'm a diva, doing her cute little poses and everything, you know? So I guess that kind of answers most of the questions that I get. I can throw those away. I gotta sweep the floors. Sometimes it feels good to just be like, let me just throw it and get it out of here. If you have any other questions, feel free to throw them my way. Drop them in the comments on this video. That way they're kind of all in one place and I can go back to them later. A lot of you ask about where I get clothes and stuff. Quite a few outfits I have been purchasing on Amazon, although I am aware that there are some issues with my Amazon links right now. I'm not sure why, so don't get mad at me if you try to click on my Amazon link and it's not working right now. I'm working on that. I don't know what happened, Amazon apparently doesn't like me. There's a lot of things on my account that have been disabled and customer service isn't getting back to me. They send me to another department and then another department. Then I get email from this department and a call from that department, an email from this department. Nobody has any idea what's going on. So bear with me, please. Hopefully it'll be fixed soon. I don't count my Amazon links as like income or anything. It's basically just giving you guys the ability to find some of my favorites really quickly and easily at the click of a button. So I'm not stressing about it because it's not like I was making much off of it. So that's one thing I wanted to throw out there and let you guys know. Don't worry about Amazon links. They will not be posted in the description from here on out just because I don't want to share something that isn't working. If the link doesn't work, you're not going to see it in the video. I'm not going to go back and edit all of the descriptions on the hundreds of videos I've made. I don't have the time for that, and I'm not going to hire somebody to do that for me. So I apologize if you have tried to click on a link in a previous video and it's not working for some reason. Maybe I'll have time one day to like go through a handful of videos here and the next day a handful of videos there or whatever. But I guess that's kind of my disclaimer that I'm putting out right now. The Amazon links in my descriptions for some reason aren't working. Yeah. I would like to honestly get away from using Amazon. I would love to be able to start supporting more local businesses, more small businesses, for many things. I like the convenience of Amazon. I like the pricing of many things on Amazon. However, for me, it's not always about getting the cheapest prices, and local places may not carry everything that I'm looking for. However, I am looking at supporting a lot more local businesses. So if you'd like to share what you offer, what you make, what you sell, feel free to go ahead and email me, support@thehotmessmom.com. That email address is also down in the description. So if you want to email me and you're like, hey, I make this or whatever, email me. If I'm interested, fantastic. If I'm not, you'll still get a reply from me. And who knows, maybe I'll know somebody who is interested in the products that you have to offer, and I'll be able to help you guys out. But thank you, as always, for tuning into my channel. I love and appreciate all the support that I get. If it wasn't for you guys, my channel wouldn't be growing. Make sure you click subscribe. That way you know my videos are coming out and you get to see them in your subscriptions feed here on YouTube. And make sure you click that bell so that way you're notified when my videos do go live. I try to post 5 videos a week. It was rough for a little while because I was dealing with mental and emotional hiccups in my life. There's been a lot of things that have hit my family, not necessarily illness, but a lot of things that have been going on involving my family that have been taking a toll on everybody. So those are things that I made a priority. Our, emotional, mental, physical well-being comes before everything else. So I was absent for a little while. However, the videos are going to be coming back more recently, more frequently, as you can tell. You are getting, 4 of them this past week. And I actually have, my next couple weeks of content planned out for you guys. So I will try my best to stick to that for you guys. I appreciate all your love and support. And like I said, thank you so much. I love you guys. Stay well.